This is Josh King Randomness, and today I'd like to talk about the 10 a.m. trade. So the whole point of the trade is we're doing a contrary trade to the first 30 to 45 minutes of market open. Typically, the first 30 to 45 minutes is newbie traders getting in, and sometimes they push the market, either up or down in an impulsive move, a clearly defined direction. And so we're going to do the opposite and pivot, once it fizzles out between the first 30 to 45 minutes. So essentially what could happen is the market could open up flat. So this first red vertical line is market open, and it just remains flat within that first 30 minutes. If you don't see a clearly defined direction, then you don't do anything. So you initiate no trades. If you do see a clearly defined direction, so it opens up flat and it goes up for the first 30 to 45 minutes, we'd want to initiate a short position here and where it pivots and then hopefully goes down the rest of the day. But there's also the option that it goes up the remainder of the day, and then you just got to make a judgment call, what you want to do. Same thing, it could open up flat, then it goes down. You see the clearly defined direction going down. You pivot sometime between 10 and 10:30, and then you ride it up the rest of the day, hopefully. This is a better option here. It gaps up, goes up. So from previous day's close, it's already had a gap up, and it goes up. So this might be very impulsive, and we want to pivot right here, and hopefully, retraces, the remainder of the day. Same thing, impulsive gap up. From previous day's close, sometimes maybe it fills that gap. So you watch the first 30-45 minutes. If it fills that gap, initiate our long trade and hopefully ride it all the way back up. Sixth option, same as the gap up, go up. It could gap down and it goes down the first 30 to 45 minutes. Pivot right here, long. Hopefully, ride it up the rest of the day. But, if it's, stock market crash or something, it could just keep going down the remainder of the day. And lastly, it gaps down. And, it may fill the gap. So if it gaps down, goes up the first 30-45 minutes, that's where we pivot. And then hopefully ride it back down the remainder of the day. So what we're going to do is we're going to initiate a credit spread where we think it pivots every market open. The first 30 minutes or 45 minutes where we think it's going to pivot, initiate a credit spread, and we're going to see how we do over 30 days, see what our winning percentage is and how much we make, and see if this is a long-term strategy that could bring in income. So stay tuned.